Hey, let's get well. I have a question for you. So, do you think that it is equally as important to get in your self care even when you're on vacation? It's a good question, right? Let's talk about it. Hey, y'all. Hey, and thank you for joining me for another entry into our wellness vlog. I am on location, but I have a really good topic that I want to bring to you today. I definitely appreciate you guys for stopping in. So today, again, as you can see, I am on the sunny island of Jamaica, and I do want to talk a little bit about just the process in which it takes to pack up and get yourself prepared for vacation, and what it entails, and some of the stressful things you could go through just for planning. So I want to discuss some of that. So let's just hop right into it. So for me, and I'm going to come from a lens of the J lens, if you will. So from my own lens, not so much deciding on where to go is stressful, because I can think of plenty of islands that I would love to go and visit. I prefer island vacations opposed like sightseeing type vacations. Like honestly speaking, I know this is going to sound crazy, but this is just me. I'm not a person who wants to go to Rome or who wants to go to Paris, or and walk on those brick roads and just sightsee and take pictures of museums. All of that is nice, and I'm sure I would go, if someone offered me to go, but I'm not going to book that trip for myself. I'm just not going to book a trip to go to look at tall buildings. I'm not going to do it. I am more of a person who prefer and love to be on an island, be somewhere tropical. Turks and Caicos sound real nice right now, and of course my motherland, which is Jamaica, which is a place I come to quite often. St. Kitts sound good, Barbados sound good, Bahamas, all those kind of places is the places that I would like to, what I like to call a vacation. So just starting from there, to me, deciding on where to go is not really as stressful, and even planning the flight and the stay, all of that to me is not. And I typically like to do that well in advance, so that I have it locked in, number one, and I'm not like worrying at the last minute where I would like to go. But I will say that as you get closer, what does stress me out is all of the planning around it. That for me is a lot. This time around, it was not an adult trip for me, so for me, I am not just thinking about myself. This time around, this is actually my son's vacation. So I had to think about everything that he is going to need and not just myself. So it was a little bit more stressful. And I use the word stressful because I can't think of another word. So I won't really say it was stressful. I mean, we're on a vacation after all. But it was a lot for me to plan and to think ahead on. I'm a pre-planner anyway, and I'm a person who thinks ahead anyway. Yeah, it was just one of those things that I really had to just put a lot of thought into. So, yes, planning a vacation can be stressful enough. And then not only that, but then, thinking about the things you're going to want to do. Should you overpack? Should you underpack? And now we're talking about COVID and, making sure you have all the necessary things you're going to need to keep your room sanitized and clean. And so all those things. And so with all that being said, there is a lot that can be said about when you finally get here, you just want to woosah, even the flights, I'm a person who refuses to do layovers. So I will pay the extra money if I have to do the straight through flights, but it still makes for a long day. It is very important, with all that being said, that we take the time out to do what we need to do to take care of ourselves while we're here. So let's talk through a few things that you might be interested in, or you might consider to be self-care routines or just self-care habits that you can take with you even when you're on a vacation. Okay, y'all, so let's talk about some things that we can do while we are on vacation that can be seen as self-care, or actually is self-care, I should say. Quite a bit of things I want to talk about. So we talked a little bit about, you know, the stressors that come with the planning, the pre-planning, I hope you guys can hear me. I know there is like a boat passing by with music blasting. So I'm going to try to talk a little bit louder, but not to scream at you. So yeah, thinking about some of the things that you have to go through when you are pre-planning. Like I had mentioned a little bit before, you know, this particular trip wasn't just an adult trip for me where I'm just planning for myself. I'm going out with some friends to travel, or a friend or whatever. This one was for my kids. So I did a lot of pre-planning and a lot of thinking about his needs, probably more so than my own, to be quite honest. And at the same time, trying to make sure that I don't overpack. That's my other thing. I hate to overpack. So once you get here, once you get to your destination, you definitely want to participate in whatever you can to kind of take off some of those layers of stress that you just packed on. So let's talk about first our consumption. So what you eat, believe it or not, even while on vacation, is considered self-care. So let me tell you what I mean. Yes, we all have that mind frame. We're going on vacation. We're going to eat more than what we normally eat. We're going to drink more than what we normally would drink, and just indulge in more fun activities than what we normally would. Because why? We're on vacation. We paid for that. That's what we paid for. And I agree with that. I do think that we should for sure partake in anything that makes us happy. And if it's food, let's do it. But what I don't agree with, because I've done it, is to overindulge. When you tend to overindulge in the amount of carbs you're taking in, or sweet sugar, or you know, alcoholic drinks, or any kind of beverage for that matter is full of sugar, you don't want to overindulge. Why? Because when that vacation is over, your vacation is what, 7 to 10 days max for, I guess, for some, or maybe I should say 4 to 7 days max for most, on average. Our vacation this time around is 7 days. So just think, for 7 whole days, if I just went ham on any and everything that I wanted to, it's going to take more than 7 days to get it off. That I will just say. That you can believe, you can rest assured. So if you're going to, you know, have fun and indulge in a little extra carbs or whatever, I would for sure suggest that you consider also balancing that out with a fair or equal amounts of vegetables and fruit. These resorts today come with such an array of options. A lot of healthier alternatives are laid out for you. You do have vegan option available. You have vegetarian options available. There's a lot of seafood and, you know, things like that. But on top of all of that, there's a lot of fruits and vegetables. Like one of the things that I've come to love while being in resorts, and this resort didn't really have the fresh fruit bar, but they do have fresh drinks, fresh fruit and vegetables. How do I say it? You know what I mean? You just blend your vegetables and your fruit, and nothing else is added. And I love that. There's no sugar added. And so, like today and I think yesterday morning, and maybe even 2 days ago, I actually indulged in this like spinach and ginger kind of drink. I don't know what it was. But it was like spinach and ginger and maybe some garlic, and it was so good. And I had been drinking it ever since I tapped into it a couple of days ago. So I would suggest, trying to get the equal amount of vegetables. When I do see steamed veggies available, I'm going to take it. So I have been doing it because, yes, I have been indulging in my share of carbs. And let me just be the first to tell you. It is a vacation, but I'm trying to balance everything out. I have not consumed as much alcohol as I probably would if it was, if I was with a different social circle. But my social circle this time around is my kiddo, and so I have had my favorite, which is lemon drop martini here and there. That's my favorite drink, just so y'all know. And I may have had he had a daiquiri version, of course, which is full of sugar, things like that. But yeah, I try to balance it out. Another way, so let's just pivot from consumption. Another way is I'm going to sound boring when I say this, and I don't care, but getting your rest in while you're on vacation is important, people. I know you're like, who wants to sleep on vacation? You're going to thank yourself when you go back home. How many times do you come back from vacation and you're like, I gotta take a whole day off to recoup from the days prior? And so I say that to say that just checking on my kid. I say that to say that you definitely should get in some rest. Now, I'm not saying that you should get beauty rest. I'm not saying you should go to bed at 8 o'clock every night. Heck no. What I am saying, though, is just put a pause on life and all the excitement and just try to get your rest. Now, and rest doesn't mean you have to go to bed in your room. Rest can be out here on the beach. I'm walking around the beach right now, and I can tell you a lot of people are resting. A lot of people are just laid back, enjoying some good R&R, quiet time. The beach is more quiet than the pool, as you can imagine. So they're out here on the beach just relaxing. A lot of them, which is my next thing, would be they're reading. So outside of getting your beauty, outside of getting ample rest, I would suggest also bring a book. I mean, for me personally, I cannot read when I'm an avid reader. I read a lot, but it has been a long time since I have been able to pick up a hard copy and actually read a book. All of my reading is done on Audible, and like I said, I read a lot. If you ever want a reading partner, I'm your girl. And I read all kinds of things. I even have a book club at my job with some of my peers and my boss as well. We're reading a book right now called Nudge. But yeah, tons of reading. But I never get a chance to just... So getting a good book in, I think, while you're on vacation is A1. Get you a good book, and I don't mean a book. I read Audible, or I should say I listen to Audible. Audible is probably the easiest way for me to get a good book in, and I do it often when I'm working on a project, when I am in my car and commuting from A to B. I will put my book on, but let me just tell you, there's nothing like having an actual hardback book and bring it with you on your vacation. So I would suggest doing that. That's another way of getting in some self-care. Also, so most resorts, I can't think of any that don't, but most resorts do have spa options available. So I would say getting in a nice spa, whether it's a massage or a facial or both, whatever the case may be, get that in. I mean, what better way to relax than to have someone help you or relax? A lot of times they are more expensive than what you would find when you're home. I know it's more expensive than my lady that I have, and I go to her once a month. But it's a vacation. You're supposed to splurge. You're supposed to do things that you typically wouldn't normally do and spend a little extra money to take care of you. So get you a spa day while you're on vacation. Another little tidbit I will say is meditation. So as you all probably are well familiar with by now, is that I am tapped in to my Peloton app. One of the things that I enjoy doing is meditating. One thing I plan to do my next couple of mornings while I'm here is to actually get up early and go to the beach when it's really, really quiet before anybody gets to the beach, before the crowd comes, and get in a nice maybe 15 or 20 minute meditation in. I think that would be awesome sauce for me to get that in. So I am planning on doing that. So I just wanted to kind of throw that tidbit at you as well. Whether you have a guided meditation or you do one on your own, get you some meditating on while you're on vacation. I think that's awesome sauce as well. And let me just add, this one is, you may not think it's a form of self-care, but I think excursions are. Why do I say that? Because I feel that it is mentally stimulating, it's exhilarating, it gets your blood going and all that good stuff. And so tapping into some excursions. I love excursions. I love ATV riding. I love zip lining, coming to Jamaica and climbing the Duns River Falls. Like, all that stuff is fun for me. I have yet to do snorkeling because I'm a little bit of a chicken, so that's probably one I have not done yet. But I think that if you tap into an excursion, that is mentally stimulating. It's a form of mental health. How can I say? Just, I don't know. I can't really put it into words, but you know what I'm trying to say. Get you something that's going to stimulate your mind and your body and all that good stuff. Get you a good excursion in. I didn't get a chance to. I'm not going to get a chance to do excursions this time around. Not because I don't want to, but honestly, I have my kiddo with me, and number one, you have to be 18 years or older for most excursions, and even the ones that are family fun type excursions. That boy is like, he don't want to do it, even to get on the boat. So he's absolutely fine with coming to the pool or going to the splash pad or doing things like going to the beach, that kind of stuff. So hey, as long as he's happy, I'm happy. I do want to say one last thing before I go. I have been getting a lot of DMs since I've been posting and documenting this trip. People asking me exactly where I am, asking me about the resort and things like that. So I want to tell you that I've thought about actually doing a quick tour of the property that I'm on. Oh, let me move back because the music is loud. Hold on. So I've been actually thinking about doing just a really brief tour of the property because I think that it's important to help people make informed decisions on where they want to go. So I'm going to do that for you guys. That video should be coming up in the next couple of days. If I can get it done in a quiet hour where there's not a lot of people, that would be ideal, but I doubt this is a very packed resort, so I probably won't be able to get it with less people, but I will for sure try to get it in. And not only this resort, but the resort that's next to me, I'm going to try to get that as well, because once you pay for this one, you do have access to the one next door to you. Their amenities as well, and their shows and things like that. So for all those who've been asking me, I am going to do that for you guys. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed these tidbits on ensuring that you tap into some self-care while you're on vacation, and I look forward to talking to you all again soon. Thank you so much for joining me again. This is Jay, and I am out.